Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to a brand new video. So today, you would have seen by the title, we are doing our first ever mukbang on the channel and I'm super excited. To be honest, I was a bit torn between doing two videos and then I put a little poll on my Instagram story and voted by you guys, you wanted a mukbang. So here I am. So for my mukbang, I decided to get a little McDonald's. So I tried to get it in shot, but it's kind of hard because I don't have a table in my room where I can like prop the camera behind, so trying to have like the food was not really working. So yeah, I've got it propped up over here, but we are gonna have a little bit of a McDonald's, have a little bit of a catch up, and you guys sent me some very random topics that you guys wanted me to talk about and touch on, so that is exactly what we're gonna do. But before I get into the video, I'm gonna quickly show you what I got from McDonald's because I haven't had McDonald's in a while and I am very excited. So first of all, I got some cheese bites. So let's just give them a taste test before they get. So they normally do like the camembert ones at Christmas, but these are the cheddar ones and they're so good. I definitely recommend trying if you like cheese bites and you've not had them yet. And you get 5 in these as well. 5 cheese bites. And then, by the way, I've been watching so many food videos on YouTube, which is kind of why I wanted to do this style of video. But also, I've been watching so many videos because I was like, how do people who are YouTubers on their own film a mukbang where they eat and talk without basically looking rude and talking with their mouth full? So a little disclaimer before I actually get into this video. There are clips of me, and there definitely will be, of me with a mouthful still trying to talk to you. And I do apologise, I don't mean to be rude, I just don't want to leave massive gaps in this video because I don't want you to literally just be sat here watching me eat because nobody wants to see that. It's like watching paint dry, to be honest. But yeah, so I also got from McDonald's a cheeseburger, and as you'll be able to see on the label there, if it focuses, I actually get extra ketchup and extra mustard. If you like a cheeseburger and you don't mind sauces, adding that upgrade takes it to the next level. It can be a bit hit and miss with cheeseburgers, I find, like they can be a bit dry, but adding that extra sauce makes it perfect. And then I actually got the katsu nuggets because they're obviously new on the menu. I don't actually know how long they're here for. I have tried them before and I actually really like them, but I don't get them with the like curry sauce. I don't really like that sauce anyway, so yeah, I avoided the curry sauce. And then I've just got chips and a drink. I just got a Diet Coke this time. Normally get a Coke Zero, just changed it up for the sake of this video. But before I get into talking about all the topics of the mukbang, I quickly want to mention another drink that I'm going to be drinking in this video, and it is White Claw. Now, as you can see here, this is the can of White Claw, and I've actually got a raspberry flavoured one. The brand kindly gifted me a few of their drinks to sort of try, and if I liked them, I could feature them in a video. So I thought, why not change up the mukbang a little bit? I've obviously got my McDonald's drink, but why not give this a go with it too? I have actually tried it already, and it's really nice. So the idea of White Claw, it's basically, I feel like the name makes it sound, I don't know, like it's a bit medicinal. Sometimes when I've said it to people, they're like, White Claw, I'm like, yeah, just go with it. But basically, it's essentially a spirit, like a distilled spirit, so almost like vodka, mixed with sparkling water, which I know sounds a bit gross at first, and then like with a flavouring added in. So it's almost like, if you've ever bought flavoured sparkling water, imagine having that with vodka. It's like a vodka mixer. Essentially, that is the vibe that it gives me. But what's even better about these, they're 4.5% and they're actually gluten-free and they're only 95 calories per can. And obviously anyone that drinks alcohol will know that alcohol is full of crazy calories, and anyone that goes to uni will know that putting on weight at uni is a major issue because of all the alcohol calories. You could literally eat nothing and you'd still gain probably about 1.5 stones. So yeah, having a drink with only 95 calories is actually really good. So I'm going to crack this open. I'm going to be drinking it for the video. So massive thank you to White Claw for sending this to me. I absolutely love this one. Like I said, I got the raspberry flavour, but I think they do 3 other flavours or maybe 2 other flavours. So definitely check them out. I'll leave a link to their socials and everything down below so you guys can see them if you want to. But cheers to that. And the fact this water, it actually is a little bit refreshing. You know when you sometimes drink alcohol, it's a bit like gets to the back of your throat. This literally does not. It's really nice. Definitely check them out, guys. Especially if you're on like, you've done dry Jan or you've tried to be good in January and you want to keep it going but you want to enjoy a little drink, great option. So I'm going to be drinking that, so if you see that can in my hand, now you guys know what it is. But without further ado, I'm going to crack on eating this food before it gets freezing cold, and going to talk some topics with you that you guys wanted me. I've got my phone here so I can see what you guys sent through, so I'm just gonna get it up quickly. Okay, so they literally are the most random topics ever. So I'll just start with one that's probably quite normal. And it says, what do you do at uni and what made you choose to do that? So I actually, at uni, I do a course called Fashion Management, and I go to Nottingham Trent, for anyone that doesn't know, but I do think I have mentioned that before. And basically, fashion management is like, it's a fashion business course essentially. So we talk about everything that you'd probably learn within a business course, but it's just very specific to fashion. But a lot of the skills that we are taught are definitely transferable, so it is like almost doing a business course, but it's just a bit more specific if you know that you actually want to go into the fashion industry. But yeah, so in terms of what I do, that is what I do. We cover various things: marketing, like I said, buying, merchandising. It's quite a creative course as well. I know that sometimes people think, and I know I certainly did, is that if you want to do fashion, you can only do fashion design. That is not true at all, because I knew I had an interest in fashion, but I knew I was not a designer. I have no design skills whatsoever. I can barely draw an apple, never mind design a range of clothes. So I take my hat off to anyone that can. But yeah, so this course is perfect for you if you've got an interest in the fashion industry, but you kind of want to go into the business side, the management side, the retail side. And yeah, because my course is fashion management, they really teach you a lot of skills about being employable, how to manage people, how to work with a team, which again, all transferable skills. So it's actually really, really good. So for example, if you were younger and you thought you wanted to go into fashion, but actually when you get a bit older you wanted to change or go into a different industry, your skills can still apply to that industry. It just is specific to something else. For example, I don't know, food or cars or whatever. It just be adapted to that specific area rather than fashion. But yeah, in terms of what made me decide to do that, a bit of a funny story actually. So, well, nearly dipped my hoodie in the sauce. Not a funny story, but I was never originally going to go to uni and do a fashion course or anything creative, to be honest. I originally, when I was thinking about going to uni, I decided, well, in terms of how I got into fashion, basically when I was in sixth form I just kind of started to care a little bit more about how I dressed and put a little bit more effort. And you know, when you have like non-uniform days or dress down days or whatever you call it, I used to just obviously wear clothes and people were like, oh, I like your outfit, or you look very cool. And then, yeah, I just kind of started to care a little bit more. And then I actually got my job at Topman, which is where I used to work part-time. And that kind of got me into clothes a lot more. And then from there, I just kind of knew that I had an interest in it. Because I was working around clothes quite a lot, I started to learn more about them, take more of an interest in them, start shopping on different sites. And then, yeah, my interest just kind of developed from there. And then obviously I started on my social media, which is what I carry on doing now. So it's kind of just been a process, to be honest. And then when I was applying to uni, I never really thought about even making essentially what was just a hobby for me into a degree or into a career or anything like that. I originally applied to do sociology at, so if anyone's not applied to uni, basically you submit like a UCAS form, which is like the company that sort it all out for you, and you apply to all the unis through UCAS, but usually you just apply for like the same or a similar course. So I applied to 5 unis, all to do sociology, which I thought, because I did an A-level in sociology and I did quite enjoy it, so I thought that was what I wanted to do. And I always had quite a strong interest in crime, so I thought studying that, maybe I could go into like something to do with people and crime or something along those lines. So yeah, I basically joined all the signed up to all the unis to get an offer on a sociology course. And then I decided that obviously if I was going to go to these unis, I needed to go to open days, actually see the uni, see that I was going to like it, and maybe go to some course taster sessions to see what the kind of content's going to be like, what the lecturers are like, and all of that good stuff. So I actually went up from where I am actually to Manchester to see the Uni of Manchester, and I went with my mum and my little sister, and we booked onto the sociology talk. And I'm not gonna lie, the lecturer was giving me not bad vibes, but like he was one of those people that thought he was very funny and making jokes, and he really wasn't. And I just was like, this is just annoying. So I think that kind of set me off on a bad foot anyway, to be honest. And then I left the talk thinking that was boring and I had no interest, and it actually made me want to change. You know, sometimes you go to a talk and it really makes you fall in love with the course, and it's like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. This literally did the opposite for me, and I was like, I definitely do not want to do sociology at uni because that was so boring and I had no interest in it. So then I kind of came away from that and was like, right, what are my options? I realised, obviously, like I said, that I was interested in the crime aspect a lot more in sociology than like the people and the social side and all of that. So then I was like, well, why don't I do criminology? So I then changed from sociology to criminology, but in order to change, you can't just like change, like you have to submit like a personal statement and say why you want to do that course. So I then decided out of the unis that I'd been to see which unis I wanted to change at. So then I ended up actually changing 4 of my uni options to criminology. So I had to write a whole new personal statement, submit that to the unis that I wanted to go to, and yeah, and basically then get offers on the criminology course rather than the sociology course. Which actually sounds like it's a lot more complicated than it is. It's not that complicated, it just takes quite a lot of time, that's all. And then yeah, so I was basically just set on doing the criminology course, and that was it. I'd got my offers, so I got an offer at Nottingham Trent and at Manchester Met, but to do criminology. So I was like, great, got my offers, all good. And then one day, I remember it was like a lunchtime at sixth form, and we were all just talking about like what unis we'd applied for, what offers we'd got, what we were all going to do. And my friends at the time said to me, oh, what are you doing at university again? Or like, what have you applied to do? And I was like, oh, I've applied to do criminology. And they were like, oh really? And I was like, yeah, why? Like, they almost looked a bit confused. And they were like, we thought you'd do something to do with like fashion or clothing or something along those lines, like a little bit more creative. And I was like, oh, well, you can only really do fashion design surely at uni, like I'm not very good at designing, so I can't really do that. And they were like, no, there's probably more options, you probably just need to look into it. And like I said, it was something that I never even thought about before. And I was like, do you know what, that's quite true. So then I remember just coming home that day, going on the websites actually of Nottingham Trent and Man Met, so I already knew I had my offers there, and seeing what fashion courses they offered. And yeah, I found fashion management and then a very similar one at Manchester Met. So I was like, right. So then I just spoke to my parents. I was like, look, I think I want to change. I want to do this course. It's like a business course, but it's just specific to fashion. My parents are always supportive. They've always been very supportive of whatever I wanted to do. So I was like, yeah, cool, great. What have you got to do to change? So I contacted Manchester Met and Nottingham Trent because I'd already put them down as my, like, you think it's your firm and then your reserve or something along those lines. And they basically said, because it's a fashion course, you need to submit a new personal statement. We can't just transfer you from a criminology, which is a completely different school, that's like the social science school, to then do an art and design course. So I was like, okay, fine. Wrote a whole new personal statement again, so this was like my 3rd personal statement. And then just said why I wanted to do it, expressed my interest, applied, and then they were very good about it. They all changed, well, both the unis changed my option, and yeah, I was going to uni to study fashion, and then the time came around and then it just started. Well, I don't make things easy for myself. It didn't just start. Basically, just before uni, I was like on a holiday with my family. I mean, we were just talking about like going to uni because it was the summer just before it was all going to start. And then just one day I was like, actually, I don't think I want to go to uni yet. I was like, I think I want to take a year out, just like work at Topshop, Top Man. I was going to do a bit of like visual merchandising, so I was like, I can do a bit of VM, get a bit of experience in that area, focus on like my social media, doing all of this. And like I said, they're always supportive, so they were like, if that's what you want to do, fine, do that. So I actually contacted Nottingham Trent, which is where I had confirmed my place and I had got my results and I was ready to start. And I was like, I actually think I want to defer my place for a year. So I wanted to basically do the same course, but just do it a year later. And they were like, okay, no worries, that's fine. And I'd already booked accommodation at this point. But because you're deferring, it means you're going to come back next year. They just like roll your deposit over. So I contacted the accommodation. I was like, look, I'm not coming this year. My place has been deferred. I'm going to come back next year. So can you just roll over my deposit and I'll book a room next year when the system opens again? Totally fine about it. They were like, yeah, great. Just get in contact with us when you're ready to come back. I was like, okay, great. And then Freshers Week comes along, and obviously I see all of my friends who I had from school in sixth form going to uni, starting uni, and obviously you hear the stories about Freshers Week. It's crazy, everyone's going out, everyone's partying. Not this year for any freshers. Sorry you missed out on that because it actually is such a fun time. But yeah, I saw all that, was seeing everyone's stories, everyone's making new friends, meeting new people, and I was just here at home basically, and I was like, I don't want to just be here anymore. Like, not that I don't like being here. I just want to go out, meet new people. What am I actually deferring for? I'm kind of just putting off the inevitable anyway. Like I know I want to go to uni, so I may as well just go now and not get it done, but just start the process. So then actually it came to mid-Freshers Week. I basically said to my parents, I was like, okay, I'm not deferring anymore, I'm going to uni this year, that's it, I'm going. And it was definitely stressful to say the least, but it all worked out. It wasn't stressful changing my place. They were literally like, yeah, no worries, that's fine, we'll put you back on this year's like register essentially, and that was fine. But then obviously because I had deferred my accommodation place, the room that I had originally booked went to someone else, and then because they had my deposit, it's like a non-refundable deposit, so they were never going to give it me back. Even if like I found accommodation, private accommodation, I couldn't get that money back. So it was a mission, and honestly the university accommodation were actually very helpful for me. They were like, we'll try and see what we can do, like where we can get you in, where we can use your deposit so that you're not going to lose that money and you can use it and get a room somewhere. And funnily enough, I was on my way to work one day and I got a phone call from the accommodation people who I'd literally been on the phone to for like the past 3 days, and I was just about to start my shift, and the lady was like, we've got a room come up in the same accommodation that I had originally booked at the beginning. It was just a different block in like a different room, and they were like, but it's the exact same accommodation, same layout, everything, it's just in a different block, so do you want it? And I was literally about to start my shift, and I had to say to my manager, I was like, look, I've got to book this accommodation place, like, can I just start half an hour later and I'll finish half an hour later? Obviously my manager was fine with it, and so yeah, I was just on the phone, booked this accommodation, but like my mum had to do things, I had to do stuff on the computer, but obviously I was at work, so I had to like call my mum in between, get her to do things for me, so it was quite stressful, but in the end it worked out. And at the end of Freshers Week, so I actually did miss Freshers Week in that first year, moved to uni, and yeah, started my course. So that was like a 20-minute story, so sorry if I bored you all to death, but that was basically my uni journey, how I got there, and that's what I study. So whoever asked that question, hope I answered it and didn't bore you to death with my answer. So, the next one. Would you ever go on TV? I can see you on a reality show. Well, thanks whoever said that. Would I ever go on TV? Funnily enough, I have actually been on TV as a kid. I don't know why I'm saying this because it's actually a bit embarrassing. I was on a TV show like a Kids Apprentice style show on CBBC. There was like, they came into our school and they basically said like, we're looking for kids to be on this show. If you want to come, like find you and 2 other friends, apply, fill out an application form, and that's basically what I did. I was like, got my 2 friends together, I was like, look, I want to go on this show, let's do it together. They were like, yeah, cool, let's do it. Filled out the application forms, actually running from my house to their parents' house because we had to get all these consent, and we were literally applying on the last day. I promise, I don't leave everything to the last day or make everything stressful for myself, it's just how these things work out. I feel like this video is just making me sound like I can't decide and I leave everything to the last minute, which is not how I am at all. But yeah, we were literally running around, and then obviously I had to get it on the post before 5:30 that day for it to make it in time for the deadline. So actually we all ran down, because they came to my house, we ran down to the post office, which was the post box, sorry, which is at the end of my street, and got it in the post box just before 5:30 so the postman could take it. And then yeah, we got accepted and we ended up being on this TV show. We went to York to film some of it, they came to our hometown to film some of it, and then we went to Scarborough to film some of it. So yeah, it was actually a really fun experience, but yeah, I was very young and it was a bit embarrassing to be honest, but I don't really talk about it much, but there you go, I've now put it on YouTube, so I'm sure many of you are probably going to go and try and find it, and if you do then let me know if you do find it and let me know what you think. But yeah, so I have actually been on TV in that sense. In terms of going on TV now, I'd say Just depend what the opportunity was. Like, I've had DMs before to be like, hi, we're looking for people to come on like Zante Weekender. As much as that sounds fun, I'm not 18 wanting to go down Zante, so thank you, but no thank you almost. But yeah, I mean, I love a game show, to be honest. I'm a bit of a game show freak. Like, I love like The Chase, any kind of game show, to be honest. I find them really interesting. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, loads of new ones that are out now. So if a game show opportunity came up, or like if I ever applied, then maybe I'd go on a game show. In terms of reality TV, I feel like that's what they're asking, because they said they could see me on a reality show. Again, it just depends. I'm very one of those people where I'm happy to put certain parts of my life on the internet, but other things I just want to keep private to myself. So I don't know, obviously on a reality TV, cameras are everywhere, they follow you everywhere, everything, basically all your dirty laundry is aired in public. So it's weighing up, isn't it, really? Potentially, maybe if they made a Made in Chelsea version of my local area, then I'd be on it, but I don't really know. It just depends. My answer would probably be, it just depends on the opportunity. If it's something that appeals to me, then I wouldn't say no, and I'm not against going on TV. But if the opportunity was just, again, like something a little bit random or not something I'm that interested in, then my answer would probably be no. But yeah, it just depends. But I'm not against going on TV, and I definitely would if it was like the right opportunity for me. A random thing that's ever happened to you. I really feel like I should have prepared this, because a random thing that's ever happened to me, to think off the top of my head, is a little bit random. Can I say that question? That really threw me off. A random thing that's ever happened to me. Okay, it's not a random thing that's ever happened to me, but it's a random thing that I've done. Well, kind of random, kind of cool. But in my opinion, it's kind of cool anyway. You guys might think it's a bit weird. Actually, it is a little bit random than what happened in the end. Alright, I'll tell you this story, because what happened in the end is a little bit random. So basically, when I was like first starting on my Instagram, I think it was summer of like 2018. Don't hold me to that, it might have been 2017. I was like obviously tagging like products I was using on Instagram, clothes I was wearing, and one of the products I used to wear in my hair all the time was VO5. So I always used to tag VO5 in my like pictures on my hair, because I always use their products. And they always used to like the photos and support. And then one day I got a DM from the VO5 page saying like, hi, thank you for like tagging us, supporting us, we really like your content. We're looking for models for like a new shoot, and we were wondering if you'd want to be like one of 4 models. And I was a bit like, is this actually legit? But obviously it came from their legit page, so I was like, right, okay. And they sent me an email. Oh no, this was it. It wasn't even that. They didn't DM me. They just emailed me, because I had my email address in my like bio on Instagram. So they obviously just took it off there because they'd seen me tagging them. Emailed me, and it said like Time Inc. It didn't say VO5 in the email address, because I think that's the group or something that they're in. And I was a bit like, right, it seems a bit dodged, because there's someone just seen that I've been DMing or tagging VO5 and just decided to basically play a prank. So it just felt a little bit illegitimate. And then I replied, I was like, alright, cool, I'd love to be a model. Used their products for years, would be a great opportunity. And then it came around, and it all basically happened very fast, because they literally contacted me like at the beginning of summer, and then like 2 weeks later I had to go. And then you had to go down to London. You basically went on the Thursday to this salon where you met the like exec hairstylist, who basically like, I had like my hair washed, I had a head massage, and then he like did a consultancy of like, this is what we're going to do for you with your hair for the shoot, because it's this length, and just basically talked me through and gave me like inspiration of what they thought would work for me, basically. So yeah, I go down to London, I go to this like salon. Obviously, I'm not someone that's been to London often, so trying to get to London, I literally arrived at this salon sweating. I was so hot because I'd been on the tube, I'd been running around trying to find this place. I remember walking in and the guy being like, just take a minute, just chill out. And I was like, God, he must think what a weirdo. But yeah, so I went in, had this consultancy, and then the next day you basically go to the studio, and the studio was just in some random area that again I'd never heard of, never been to, so it was so early in the morning. I had to get to the studio, got there and couldn't find the room, so I was a little bit lost. And then anyway, get there, meet the other models or the other people who were doing the shoot with me, and yeah, basically just did this photo shoot for VO5, which came out of nowhere basically. And we shot, I think we shot like 3 looks. We did a whole range of content. It was like a night out theme, there was like a festival theme. We did group shots, single shots, different outfit changes. We had like a stylist, makeup, hair. Obviously we had hair because it was a hair shoot, but yeah, it was just all a bit random, I guess. And then we obviously finished the shoot, and they like paid us for the shoot, so it was a paid opportunity. And then since the shoot, we had some content that we like had on our phones because we shot like boomerangs and like little things that they could put on social. But since the shoot, none of us, not a single one of us 4 models, have seen a single picture from that shoot. It's never been anywhere, it's never gone anywhere. We have no idea what happened to it, if they even used it, if it just got cut. Like, we still got paid and everything, and we obviously did the whole shoot, but to this day, not seen it anywhere, never been contacted about it, not been tagged in anything or anything. So literally no idea what happened, to be honest. So I guess that's a little bit of a random thing that's happened to me. Did this whole photo shoot, had this whole crew, literally got paid for it, and then the content never came to light. So who knows what happened there. I'm conscious that this is already like half an hour long, so I'll probably just do one more. What are your 2020 career goals? I feel like that's a good one. It's relevant now to end on. Career goals for 2021. So obviously I'm still at uni, and I graduate in like June time, so I'll be 6 months into 2021 by that point. And then in terms of after uni, I think I have discussed this in a different video, but maybe not. I can honestly never remember what I've told you guys about. You could probably watch this video and literally hear exactly everything I've spoken about in another video, because I literally can't ever remember. But basically I've got 2 routes of where I could go after uni, and one being getting a grad job, applying somewhere, getting a job, moving to wherever that job is and doing obviously that job. The other being I take the rest of the year, I just move back home, I work on my social media, doing all of this, and just give it a good go for a solid 6 months, and then just see where I am by the end of the year. Yeah, kind of 2 options really. I'm not really putting a lot of pressure on myself to decide either. I know it sounds kind of weird, but like, I've just said to myself, if our job comes up, that's a grad job, or like when I've graduated, if I see something that's available and it sounds really cool, something that I'd like to do, I'm gonna apply for it and just see what happens. But also, if it gets to 6 months in June and I don't even want to look for a job because I'm like, I just want to focus on my social, just want to move back home, just have a bit of chill time, then, not chill time, but as in like not the stress of moving somewhere new, being in a new city, just like be home, be in some like familiar surroundings and just work on this for a bit, then I don't really know, but I'll do that if that's what I want to do. But I just think my main goals for this year are like smaller targets. I don't really have career goals as such, they're just smaller things that I want to achieve in the year, and if I achieve them then great. If I don't, we just roll the goal on. I feel like let's not put too much pressure on ourselves to achieve everything out there that we want to achieve. And I have mentioned before as well that I do want to start potentially my own business or some kind of thing, which I'm kind of doing a bit of groundwork on at the minute. So maybe like if I'm taking the time to work on my socials, that will be like going on alongside. But even if I do get a job, I definitely still want to work on that because that's something that I do really want to do. I feel like that's 2021. Long term, I know I want to just be my own boss, no matter what that is. So even if I have to work for a company for a while and just to gain some experience and some knowledge, then great. But long term, I definitely do want to be my own boss. So yeah, you've seen it here. If I'm not my own boss in a few years' time, then don't quote me to this video and I'll just have to take it, to be honest. But that's my goal. Yeah, so hope that answers the question, because I don't really have a goal. Like, I have 2 kind of ideas and paths that I want to take, but I don't necessarily have goals. But yeah, I hope that answered your question if you were the person that asked that one. Okay, so that brings me to the end of my mukbang. I know you guys didn't really see much food, you just saw me scoffing and basically eating with a mouthful the whole video. And don't forget to check out White Claw, and I hope you guys enjoyed what I spoke about. These videos tend to be very random because I just ask for general topics from you guys, and obviously it's not the same person sending all the topics, so there's never any correlation. Maybe if I do another one, I'll set a theme and I'll talk about maybe, I don't know what, we'll decide when I get to the next video, but yeah, maybe I'll set a bit more theme so it's less sporadic. I kind of just like to do these ones at the minute because my YouTube channel is so small. For anyone new here that's clicking on any of my random videos, I kind of want it to be where they're getting to know me and getting to know, yeah, just me and my personality a little bit more, to be honest. But I'll definitely do more ones that are tailored to specific areas or specific topics, or yeah, if you guys have any suggestions of topics you want me to talk about, then leave those in the comments down below. And if you have any other feedback or any other video suggestions that you'd like me to film, then please do leave those in the comments box. To be honest, I've been watching so many food videos and food challenges, even old ones, that I'm probably just going to end up turning this into a a food channel which is 90% McDonald's, to be honest, because I love McDonald's. I eat it probably way more than I should, and I love watching food videos, and I am a bit obsessed with food as well, without sounding like an absolute animal. So yeah, hold tight for a lot more food videos, obviously a lot more fashion content because I love posting that anyway. And yeah, we'll just see, no pressures to do anything specific. I'm just gonna see what I'm feeling, put out what I want, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. But if you did like this video, then please do give it a thumbs up, and if you do like my videos and want to see more, then please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell for notifications so you know when all them food videos are coming. But all that's left to say is thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.